I did a no spend challenge for the month of January and I failed. Every single January, I like to do a no spend challenge because after the holidays and birthdays and everything in between, I just feel like I always want to reset my spending and start the year just fresh. I've been doing no spend challenges for a few years now, and for the most part, I succeed in them, but this time I didn't. So in this video, I want to just go over my budget with you, where I went wrong, show you actual numbers of my expenses that I made, and possibly share some tips along the way. If you're new here, I make videos all about simple living, decluttering, saving money, all that stuff. So if you like that, subscribe down below. All right, so let's get into it and see where I went wrong. So I'm looking at my budget template over here on this side. So if you see me looking this way, that's what I'm looking at. By now, you guys all probably know what a no spend challenge is. You're basically only buying essentials. So for the month of January, I set a budget for the categories that I allowed myself to spend money on. So this included groceries, gas, pet. Oh, that's it. And pet. So for groceries, I had a $400 budget. And I stayed within budget there, so 1 point for that. For gas, I set myself up for $50. I work from home now full time, so I'm not really driving around as much anymore. I hardly go anywhere, honestly. All I do is either go to the grocery stores or visit my family. So don't really do a lot of driving. I did have to get gas twice this month though, because I planned a spontaneous road trip. So literally 4 days into the month, I decided to book a hotel for a stay in Santa Barbara, California. So not a great way to start the no buy challenge, but hear me out. Ever since simplifying my life and becoming more frugal and more intentional with my purchases and things, one of the things that I love to do is travel. And last year I kind of chilled out for a little bit. The only place that I went to was Nashville, Tennessee for a few days, and it was so much fun. So this year I kind of want to travel just a little bit more, whether it's by myself, with my family, my partner, and even my dog. I just want to do a little bit more of traveling. So literally 4 days into January, I booked a hotel room for $164.15. This was a little road trip that my little family and I went on, and it was so much fun. Obviously, I don't regret it, but that was not my intention to be traveling this month of January. So with gas, I was over budget just by $6.80 because I had to fill up my usual time that I fill up, and then I had to refill up again for the road trip. So that's where I went just a little bit over budget. The next category that I overspent was coffee. I was not planning on spending any money on coffee this month. And surprisingly, this was not from the trip that I went on. This was actually last weekend. My partner and I went strolling around our city and we wanted to check out this coffee shop. We literally just realized that there was this coffee shop there and we had heard really great things about it. So we decided to go in and we looked at the menu, fell in love with what they had. So we were like, okay, let's just get a cup of coffee. So I bought us 2 coffees, which came out to $12.93. So with travel, I was initially just supposed to spend $0, but after booking that stay, I decided to up that a little bit. So I just said $2.50 because I wasn't really sure what we were going to do and what other expenses we were going to have. But fortunately, my partner was the one that paid for most of the meals out there and I paid for one. So that's where the eating out budget went a little bit overboard because after booking that, well, initially eating out was $0, but then after booking the trip, I set $50 and I only went over by $2.20. Not too bad. And then I realized one day that my camera broke. Yeah. I was like, you know what? It's time to get a new one anyway. So I bought myself a new camera, which is what I'm currently using. I'm hoping you guys can hear me well, by the way. I'm still trying to figure out this camera. The cost for this camera that came with this whole kit was $538.74. Was not expecting to make that purchase, but it's necessary. This is part of my business, so I'm very happy with it too. I love it. For personal, I also set out $0 for that, and I spent $130.32. So where did I go wrong? Okay, so a couple weeks into January, we went to Home Goods. I did have a gift card, so I used the gift card to make my purchase, but I still had to pay the remaining balance. So the remaining balance was only $10.32. Not too bad, but still. And the other personal thing that I ended up paying for was a deposit for a tattoo. Yeah, just again, not essential. Was not supposed to happen, but it's gonna be so worth it. So I put a deposit down for my tattoo, which I'm going to get in March. March is also my birthday, so this is a little birthday present to myself. I cannot wait. So other than that, I think I did pretty well. So obviously my highest expenses were the camera and personal. The other stuff, literally like between $2 and $12 difference that I overspent, but not too bad, right? One of the things I want to focus on is utilizing my budget tracker. So if you guys are interested in saving money this year, staying within budget, I do have a template that you guys can purchase from my Stan store, which will be linked in the description box. I'm selling it for only $5. It's literally cheaper than a cup of coffee. So this is a really great tool that I've been using to help me just stay on track with my finances this year and seeing where exactly every single dollar and dime is going. So check it out if you're interested below. So even though I kind of failed my no spend challenge, I do want to share some tips if you are planning on doing a no spend month, weekend, year, whatever. These are just some strategies that you can use to save some money. So obviously, to avoid failing like I did, you must define your essentials versus your non-essentials. Also, what's really helpful is setting a savings goal. Also, it's really important to know why you're doing this. Are you saving for an emergency fund? Are you trying to pay off debt? Or just simply go on vacation? Know your why. This will help you stay on track. Plan ahead. Meal prep, grocery shop before you start your no spend challenge. Cancel or pause any subscriptions that you're not needing or using at the moment. If you have like 5 subscriptions, see if you can cut down to 3 or 2. Also, create a list of free activities to do. Even though I did go on a trip, we only spent money on eating out. Everything else that we did and saw was all for free. So just do some research online, see if there's anything free and fun that you can do where you live, or get creative and just do something for fun at home. Remove any spending triggers. Unsubscribe from emails. Remove social media ads. Avoid browsing online. Do not add to cart. Do not click to buy now. You don't need it. Don't do it. If you don't see it, you won't buy it. So no online shopping. Also, be sure to track your progress. Like I said, for me personally, I use a budgeting template. It's just a Google sheet that I use, and it makes my life so much easier because I can see literally everything. January to the end of the year, I'll be able to see where all my money was going this year. Seeing the progress that you make when saving money also helps you keep motivated. Also, don't forget to celebrate once it's all done, but do it in a smart way. You can always keep continuing to just save money and focus on those habits that you developed over that month or week or weekend, whatever you're doing. And you can also reward yourself for free by doing fun-free activities. You can go on a nature hike, you can do a DIY spa, or just a special homemade dinner. For the month of February, I think I'm going to try to do a low buy, which is a little bit different than no spend, but we'll see. I do have my birthday coming up in March. I've already got a tattoo that I'm planning to get, so I have to save money for that. So I have to be a little bit more strict with my spending. Let me know in the comments below if you did a no spend this month or if you're planning on doing one. I would like to know what would be the hardest thing for you to get rid of during a no spend challenge. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.